All right, yesterday we started talking about observations and making inferences from those observations, and so today we're going to continue on with our I See, Think, Wonder strategies. You're all logged into Nearpod. You're all on the screen that says salt and pepper. So the first thing we're going to do is an actual activity, and what your job is to use as many senses as possible for observation, and then when I flip the screen after we do the experiment, you'll make your observations, what you saw happen while you were doing it. So material getter, you're going to have to, if you're sitting at the table, kind of push your Chromebooks out to the side. Material getter, go to your red bucket, grab your red bucket, the big one. In between each person, put one of the styrofoam plates. And if you don't have a partner, you'll just do this by yourself. Okay, so styrofoam plate in between each partnership. One spoon, plastic spoon for each partnership. And one piece of fabric for each partnership. And then, material getter, you'll do this with your partner first. There's a salt and pepper shaker inside your red bucket. First, I want you to sprinkle a little bit of salt onto your styrofoam plate. And then on top, try not to sip it in. And then on top of it, sprinkle just a little bit of pepper on your styrofoam plate, and then pass it to the other people in your group, and they will do the same. A little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper. Just combine them.
Pepper.
No, on the plate, on the plate.
That's enough. You spread it. You gotta go just a little bit.
The next thing I'd like you to do, pass the salt and pepper shakers back down to the red buckets. They can go back in the red buckets after everybody's sprinkled some on. I want one of you in your partnership to take your plastic spoon, and I want you to rub the bottom of it all over the fabric. Rub the bottom of it all over the fabric.
Oh, you rub this on the fabric
So
and
like,
then that'll
you
pick
grab your
up the
spoon, you
soap
take your
and
spoon and rub the bottom of the spoon like this. Just keep rubbing, rubbing, rubbing.
pepper. On the fabric.
Okay, now, because we don't just want to use our sense of sight all the time, I want you to be quiet when you do this. But the next step, after you've rubbed plenty of times, is to take your plastic spoon and above your salt and pepper, without touching it, just go across as close as you can without touching it, and listen. So we'll use our sense of hearing.
I love doing this. You can do it later.
I like how I see some of you putting your ears right down next to it. Don't pour it onto the spoon. You're taking the spoon and you're going across the top of it. Anybody hear anything? Rub your spoon again if you didn't hear anything.
Magnet.
See if you do this time.
It's a flippin' magnet.
Let your partner do the same.
Salt and pepper. Is a magnet isn't it? Oh, they're so
So
cool.
let your partner rub the spoon. You might have to rub it on your pant leg when you take turns. Once you've both gotten a chance to wave your spoon above the salt and pepper, look at the bottom of it. Observe what you see.
It's stuck. It's like a magnet.
And then go to your Chromebooks and record down what do you observe. Use more than the sense of sight. So, what do you see, what did you see, and what other sense did you use? So type in your observations.
I think you need to add a bit more pepper.
Hit send when you made your observations. Again, remember, more than the sense of sight.
working.
More seconds for observations. More seconds. Hit send and within the next 10 seconds. 5. And however far you are in observations, hit send. How many should we share today?
5.
5. Okay, 5 observations. That's the first number I heard. Look at your screen or look at the smartboard. Here's the first one. I hear the pepper pop up and go on to the spoon. Qualitative or quantitative observation? Qualitative observation. Here's another one. When the spoon was hovering over the plate of salt and pepper, it sounded kind of like rain. Qualitative or quantitative?
Qualitative.
I observed the salt and pepper getting sucked up by the spoon. It also made a crackling noise. How many observations? 1 or 2? 2. That was 3, right? I observed that no salt was on the spoon and only pepper was on the spoon. How many of you agree with that one? And one more. It was making tinking noises. It was stuck on the spoon. Okay. Next question. Now that you've made your initial observations, what do you think was happening? Make an inference. Remember, an inference is an attempt to explain an observation. So what do you think is happening? Remember, a lot of times we use the word because with our inferences when we explain. More seconds for your inferences. Five, 2, 1, hit send. All right, let's see what you came up with. I think that by rubbing the spoon on the cloth, the spoon had static electricity. The pepper then was attracted to the spoon and stuck to it like a balloon being stuck to your hair. So explanation for observation. Let's do another one. Since you rubbed the spoon on the fabric, it got magnetized. So it sucked up the salt and pepper. So we have electricity, we have magnetism. Let's try another one. I think magnetism was the cause of the pepper sticking to the spoon. 2 for magnetism. Let's look at another one. Let's do this one. Okay. I think the spoon is getting charged and the pepper is going towards it.
Same thing was the salt's going towards it too, it's just harder to see the salt.
If you still have your spoon, take a closer look at it. See if there's any salt on it. Look real closely. I should have pulled out magnifying glasses, but look real closely. Do it again. salt or don't you see salt?
There's no salt.
All right?
Yes, there is.
So as we study our inferences, one of our observations could have been about which one went to the spoon more easily. What do you think?
Salt.
What do you think, Iris? Pepper went more easily?
Ours was salt.
All right, the next thing I'm going to show you is what actually happened. This is a simple scientific explanation for what was happening. The spoon is electrically charged. It attracts the mixture. Pepper, Iris, rises first because it's lighter. Which part of that statement indicates as an inference? What word is a key indicator that it's an inference? Katie? Because. Pepper rises first because it's lighter than salt.
You could do like another experiment.
Oh, hang on. Because that's our next. I wonder. What do you wonder? Okay, type it in. Type it in. And I'll look for yours. Okay? Now that we know the real inference, the scientific inference, what do you wonder about what we just observed and made inferences about?
No.
These are some of my favorite, what you come up with. These are great. These are great. You guys wonder wonderful things. "15 seconds for wondering."
I'm trying to get a whole bunch.
5 and 1. All right, hit send. I think this is a great wonder. Look at your screen or the smartboard. I wonder how the fabric makes the spoon suck out the salt and pepper. How many of you are wondering that? Well, somebody was, right? Obviously. What kind of fabric was it? Does anybody know?
Cotton?
Not cotton,
Polyester? Fleece?
not polyester.
Fleece?
You wear it in the winter.
Fleece.
Well, I wear that in the winter, yes, but something else.
Well,
Snow pin.
That's it, wool, whoever said wool. Wool is a great static charger. All right, let's look at another wonder. This is a great science term. I wonder if the pepper was more attractive because of its density. We're going to talk about density this year. Look at this one. I wonder if you could do the same thing to suck up dirt from a carpet or rug. Interesting. Lastly, I wonder what will happen if you only do pepper. Will it still have magnetism or static electricity, or does the salt do anything? For those of you who didn't think you saw salt. So lots of great wonder statements. Thank you. All right, we're going to do cleanup now.
I wonder what it tastes like.
And so